The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
The Nashua Silver Knights have been a summer baseball team in Nashua, New Hampshire since 2010. They are a part of the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, a league designed for local college players to get the attention of Major League scouts and play amateur baseball all summer long.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Nighttime, the official show of the Nashua Silver Knights here at Historic Holman Stadium on Wednesday, June 24th. I'm your host, Zach Perry. Today we will have a recap of the stats through the first 14 games for the Silver Knights, as well as a checkup on the standings in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League. Even later we'll have an interview with head coach Ted Currle as well as GM Ronnie Wallace. Let's get ready for the show.
To review the season thus far, the Silver Knights are a steady 8-6 and have lost a brutal 4 games in the 7th inning or later, including a grueling 19-inning loss to the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. But offense has been a strong suit for the Knights, as they are tied for first in the league in batting average and are first in slugging percentage. Nashua pitching has proven to not let up very many hits, as they are third in the FCBL in opponents' batting average. The Silver Knights are 4-4 on the road and 4-2 at home, after starting 3-0 in their first games at Holman Stadium. The Silver Knights are 6-1 when they score 4 or more runs and have put up 8 or more runs 4 different times, showing skilled hitting with runners in scoring position in those games against the Brockton Rocks, the Seacoast Mavericks, and the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Ryan Sullivan from Bunker Hill Community College, Tyler Schwans of University of Maine, and Ben Bengtson of University of Hartford have accounted for a whopping 7 home runs and 26 RBIs. Max Burt and Manny Cruz have also provided some key hitting to a deep Nashua roster. Clay Conaway of University of Maine and Ryan Maloney of UMass Amherst have proven to be 2 of the aces for the Silver Knights. Each are 2-0, Conaway with 18 innings pitched and a 2.50 earned run average, while Maloney has pitched 14-plus innings with an astounding 1.88 ERA. Lucas Olin has proven to be an excellent reliever with 16-plus innings and only a 2.16 earned run average. Kevin Connor of Boston College has a ridiculous 12 strikeouts in only 5 innings of work. The Silver Knights started hot and have seemed to cool off lately. They came out of the gate with a 5-2 record, which included an opening game 4-3 loss, which many thought they should have won against the Seacoast Mavericks. No matter their record, the Silver Knights have seen production from everyone on the team. Sean Webster has provided some much-needed speed on the base paths, while the trio of catchers Eric Osberg, Matt Forden, and Matt Foley have combined to hit .270 with 11 RBIs. A couple of recent high school graduates have just recently joined the team to provide some much-needed firepower. Nick Angelini, a recent graduate of Bedford High School in New Hampshire, is already batting .350 through 6 games. Matt Messier, who will attend St. John's next year, has shown some promise out of the bullpen in 2 relief appearances thus far, and will hopefully continue to grow as a pitcher. One of the most intense battles the Silver Knights have faced thus far was the 19-inning game against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks on Sunday, June 14th. The game lasted an amazing 5 hours and 14 minutes, the longest Silver Knights game ever. The Sharks and Silver Knights were tied 2-2 for most of the game until the 11th inning, when Justin Snyder led up a single to Ricky Surham, and the Sharks went ahead 3-2. In the bottom of the 11th, with his team down, having already gone 3 for 4 in the game, Tyler Schwans belted a solo home run to left field to tie the game. The game would end up going 8 more innings until Brian Campbell singled home the winning run in the 19th off of Ryan Campbell to beat the Silver Knights 4-3. Nonetheless, the Silver Knights put in a valiant effort, and Schwans ended up going 5 for 9 and was only a double away from hitting for the cycle. And now for some special Silver Knights news. From June 8th to June 10th, the MLB held its annual first-year player draft for college players. 2 Silver Knights members were chosen. The left-handed power hitter Chris Shaw, a member of the 2012 FCBL champion Nashua Silver Knights as a rising freshman at BC, was selected 31st overall by the 2014 World Series champion San Francisco Giants. Current Silver Knight catcher Matt Foley from Rhode Island College was selected in the 40th round by the Miami Marlins. Congratulations to both Silver Knights. And now we'll take a look at the Futures League standings. As you can see, the Nashua Silver Knights hold the 3rd spot in the Eastern Division and are 1 game out of 1st. Currently, they are 4th out of 10 total teams in the Futures League. The Knights have some key games against division rivals the North Shore Navigators as well as the Brockton Rocks to close out the month of June. It should be quite interesting.
For our first interview today on Nighttime, we have Coach Ted Currle, the head coach of the Knights. Coach, where have you worked in baseball before Nashua?
A lot of places. Let's see. At the college level, I've worked the last 13 years in summer ball, like in leagues like this. I did 2 years in Brockton, 1 year in Martha's Vineyard, 1 year here in Nashua before this year, and then I did 8 years in Virginia in the Valley League and Clark Griffith League.
So how have you used those past experiences with coaching to bring here to Nashua?
Well, every team's different. You know, every team has a different makeup. So I think the biggest job as a summer collegiate baseball league manager, you have to, at some point, get this team to gel and come together as one group. And you know, I ask every kid, you know, do they have one thing they want to improve on each summer, and let's work on it. And that's really what I do. I'm also a high school head coach. I didn't mention that, for 16 years. And that's completely different. You know, I focus a lot more on fundamentals and learning the game there than I do here.
Yeah. So give our audience an idea of what it's like to work with the Vice President of Player Development, BJ Neverett, the guy who gives you the talent pretty much to work with.
BJ's great. He's an intense guy. You know, he's in the game from start to finish. We work well together, and as far as putting the teams together, he's proven that in this league he can put together a winning roster. So we have 3 or 4 straight, you know, playoff appearances, and hopefully this will be 5.
What's it like? What are some of your expectations for the rest of the year, having been 8-6 so far?
Well, I think this is the most talented group I've had in this league in 5 years. Offensively, I think we swing the bat well. We have kids that can run. Defensively, in the infield and outfield, I think we are really, really good. And we have 3 catchers that can catch and throw. And I think it's just going to be a matter of us solidifying our starting rotation and figuring out exactly who we want in the back end of the bullpen.
How will you guys work on closing out games, like you said, with the bullpen? You've lost some close ones recently.
Yeah, I think we've lost, 5 one-run games, or maybe 4. But, you know, it's not one kid's fault. It's just a matter of throwing strikes, you know, and when you have big leads, it's just a matter of letting them hit it and letting our defense go to work. That's been the issue in the first 14 games, just too many walks. And it's not like these kids aren't capable, because they've had success at school and in other outings, but just for some reason that day they didn't. So we'll get it fixed.
You talked a little bit earlier about getting this team to gel. What is it like having so many guys from different colleges all over the Northeast and beyond to try to get them to work together?
I think that's why, you know, people like BJ, Paul, Kyle, and myself do this. It's a cool experience to get to know 33 new guys every summer, and they could be from anywhere, and you get personalities galore. So it sometimes is a challenge, but almost got hit by a ball there. But you know, this group already, I feel like, you know, they're getting along great, and I think it's going to be a good summer.
Sounds good. Lastly, what's your favorite part about the atmosphere here in Nashua with the fans?
Well, now that I'm the manager, I enjoy the 6th inning when the kids and the interns are all dancing.
Love is gone dance.
Yeah, love is gone. As an opposing manager, I hated it. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But the crowd and the atmosphere, especially Thursday, Friday, Saturday here, is just phenomenal, and it's as electric as it gets in this league. So it's just a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
All
Good
right.
luck tonight.
Thanks.
And for our next interview, we have the GM of the Silver Knights, Ronnie Wallace. Ronnie, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Zach. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How long have you been the GM of the Silver Knights?
So this is my second season as general manager with the team. My very first year with the team, I was a director of food and beverage, and that segued into the general manager position for me.
So give us a recap of what a typical game day is like here at Holman.
Typical game day, I wouldn't really say there's a typical game day. Every day is extremely different, but on any given day, our staff is getting ready, preparing the stadium, making sure it's clean for all of our fans when they come in at night. We make sure that the team's uniforms, baseballs are ready. We make sure that our concession stands are stocked and ready to go so we can service all the fans. And more importantly, we make sure that all of our game day entertainment is ready to go and all of our timelines are good so that our fans have an enjoyable time.
Yeah, so would you like to talk a little bit more about the game day promotions, like some of the stuff that we do for every game?
So our industry is promotion based. The baseball is very good, but it's the promotions that get people here. So from any given night, we have several different promotions, whether it be $1 beverages or fireworks or bobblehead giveaways. We're always doing something to entice people to come out to the park.
You worked as an intern at the Lowell Spinners before this. What have you learned from their organization, as they are the owners of the Nashua Silver Knights? What have you learned from them to bring over here to Nashua?
Well, it was a tremendous experience. The Lowell Spinners are extremely good at what they do in the minor league baseball. They're very well known and very well respected throughout the country in minor league baseball. So being able to bring some of that experience from Lowell up to Nashua definitely helps. The fact that we're able to run the Silver Knights like it's a minor league baseball team in just about every aspect is a great testament to our ownership group, and it's great for our league too.
What's the most difficult part of your job as GM?
There's several things that can be difficult, but I would say my least favorite part about being a GM is having to deal with weather. Anytime that there's weather in the forecast, I get stressed out. But at the same time, you can't control what's going to happen with the weather, so it's not too bad.
What are some of your expectations for the front office this year for the Silver Knights?
This is our 5th year of business, 5th year of baseball at Holman Stadium. So we're growing. We're growing at a good rate every year. So we just come in and we hope that everyone in the front office, including interns, comes in and works hard to make this game day experience for our fans the best one possible.
Last question before you leave. What is your favorite part of the fan base and the atmosphere here in Nashua?
I truly believe that we have the best fan base in the league. I played with several kids in college who have played on other teams in the Futures League, and they say when they come to Nashua, they know that there's going to be a great atmosphere. They know that our fans are loud and that they really care about the Silver Knights. So I think just how much they care and how much they support our team, it's really cool to see how many fans really, really, really care about the Nashua Silver Knights.
That sounds great. Yeah.
And now for one of my favorite segments, we'll go to Emily, one of our interns, for Tell Me Something I Don't Know. Emily, tell me something I don't know.
Well, Zach, I can take my tooth out.
Wow, I did not know that. And now for one of our interns, Maura. Tell me something I don't know, Maura.
I am an Irish citizen and an Irish twin.
And what's an Irish twin, Maura?
My brother and I were born in the same year.
Wow, that's pretty interesting stuff.
And finally, Ronnie, before we let you go, why don't you tell me something I don't know?
Well, I got a couple things because they kind of work together here. One is I played baseball at UMass Amherst, which was a great experience. And probably the highlight of my career was getting George Springer out. George Springer is an outfielder for the Houston Astros, stud player. He hit an absolute rocket at the shortstop, and we were able to pick it up and throw it across the diamond and get him out of first base. I won't tell you what happened the next time he hit off me, though.
Well, congratulations.
Here we are with Silver Knights pitcher Cam LaFleur. Cam, tell me something I don't know.
I got cut from my freshman basketball team in high school because I was too ugly.
Aw, that's a bummer, Cam. Here we are with shortstop Max Burke. Max, tell me something I don't know.
My two favorite movies are Pitch Perfect 1 and Pitch Perfect 2.
That's great.
Barton Bellas.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.